tabletop.
You're coming too. What started as a dream is now our reality. 6 years ago, we poured her ballast, raised every frame, cut every plank, and named her Rediviva. Ready for life back on the ocean? This year, we're determined to set sail.
Would you look at that? I'd say that's the making of a fine cruising vessel.
We're Salt and Tar, and this is our life. We're happy to share, and thanks for joining us. We're installing the anchor rollers at the bow, which means
Your favorite thing to do. Drill holes.
Garrett gets to drill a nice size hole through the bowsprit. We always keep an eye out for used boat gear. If we can find it, it's one less thing we have to make, which is a good and necessary thing at this point. Time and energy saved, and sailing gets much closer.
Those are gonna look sweet.
Yeah.
Found on Craigslist for $75, and we can install them immediately. The port one is missing its bronze sleeve bearing, and the starboard one is slightly bent, but our anchor will flow through them nicely. A simple purchase of a new sleeve, we can check an item off our new list, our Leave the Dock list. Being able to drop anchor is a must for our transition to life on the hook.
It's pretty much there.
Do you want me to get some screws?
30 seconds. I might need to clamp it because this
It's kind of flared out there.
is bent, yeah. This side's better, so I might just go ahead and fasten this side and then clamp the other side. This one's high on this end.
Rediviva was never meant to be a dock ornament. She was born to cruise. So navigation lights, a working head, and sails are also on the list. Garrett runs into town to find the bronze sleeve, so I keep busy with what I do best: soup.
There it is. Bolted and fastened in. Just got to trim the butyl tape. And what I was just doing there is I just drilled an 1/8 inch hole straight through the nut and through the bolt on this side, because I want to just put a little cotter pin in there just to make sure that it can never unscrew itself. All right, so that's one more thing to check off the list of the have-tos before we can leave the dock. So, and it's actually a pretty small list. What do you think, Swab? We're almost ready to go sailing? You ready to go sailing, Swab? Huh? You want to go sailing? You want food? Is that what you want? Ow. It's heavy. Awkward.
Like Swab.
Yeah, exactly like Swab.
We've heaved anchor. And now the last attachment at this juncture for the bowsprit is the inner forestay. Be somewhere around this dot, kinda. That's what we've figured before. And Garrett's already attached it there at the mast quite a while ago. And it's time to get it out from hanging here.
I ran out of shoulder die bolts, which I wanted to use. So I'm just gonna shove a washer on it and ramrod it up in there and then cover it with a bunch of slop. And it'll be good. That's why I got wickedly oversized eye bolts. Because the shouldered eye bolts are stronger, but this is mostly like, this is almost like a perfectly straight pull. Shouldered eye bolts handle pull like, you know, side loads.
Yeah, like 45 degree.
A lot better. And these ones without shoulders are usually just for like vertical, which this will be nearly vertical anyway. All right.
The inner forestay has to clear the Samson post when the sprit's up. It'll hold our staysail, which will have a boom, so it will be self-tacking. Seeming pretty full.
Hey.
It's like progress.
Yeah.
Bow rollers are officially on.
Yep.
And inner forestay.
What's that?
What do they
What do
do?
the bow rollers do?
Oh, the anchor, where the
okay.
anchor goes up and down with the chain.
Let's swap it.
Super. All the time. Swab is the most helpful ever.
Noah's been over at the bunker, cutting plywood. Using the patterns we made last night, he's made the inner walls and the top for the dinette storage. Most complicated piece.
That had absolutely no chance of being a first try.
Looks good over here. Oh, just about. It's pretty close.
It's very close, but not quite. I think the whole thing needs to go that way. too.
Check that out.
It fits.
Wow, what a transformation.
Yeah.
Look at all that usable space.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. The interior is transforming into everything I'd hoped it'd be. A home colorful and functional. Look at that. All right. So we're up here in the head and taking turns to figure out just how far forward or back the head can go.
It's a scientific method of determining the perfect position of the head.
It's business time.
Oh, it's business time. That's the sweet spot for me.
Got some knee room?
Yeah.
Do you need a magazine or a book?
Yeah, maybe that's the test. You know. All right, how long can I sit here before my legs go numb and my back starts to hurt? I think that's the spot for me.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you feel, Ruth? I mean, it's definitely a lot more loungy than the way you had it.
Oh yeah, because it was way back there for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm stoked
All right,
with
what
that.
do you think, Noah?
Oh, like,
Pop a squat.
yeah, that feels right. Very nice.
Very nice.
So right there. Got it.
Sweet.
Perfect. And then with the lid closed, sink out is ever so slightly sticking out. But that's not in your way at all.
Yeah.
Just how you normally stand, you know? And then this is coming together. We've just been talking for the last while about
I
the
just can't
bookshelf.
get over
It's going to be at an
how much
angle.
I love that piece of cherry. It's got so much character.
And there'll be a second shelf that will also be at an angle. This will be like a little cubby area. This is a little cubby door that will fold out with this piano hinge. And we might install some outlets or, you know, USB ports or something for charging here. But this is where the table will be. And the table is going to be on a slide.
Not quite parallel.
So we'll still be able to access the bookshelf as well as the table will be able to hinge up. So we have many options. Probably
Old,
some
raptor
sort of like little
wood.
swoop here to separate these three spots. So there'll be one here and one here. This cubby is totally done, actually. From the top of her mast to the handprints at her keel, Rediviva has grown quite mature. With a fresh set of goals written down, help hold us accountable, we leave the slip in August. huge thank you to so many of you out there. Our last payment for our sales. So the other day we had to stop running the running rigging because we ran through our 600-foot spool of, what was the, is it 3/8? Half inch rope. And, but we found, or refound, we also have a big spool of 5/8 inch rope as well. So we swapped out the main peak and the main throat for the gaff. So that leaves us with what we had cut from the 1/2 inch line to do the head sails.
I was kind of going back and forth on the 1/2 inch for the main after I ran it. It's perfectly adequate strength wise, but it just seemed a little bit skinny on the hands for comfort for the main, since you're hoisting up a little bit heavier gear. Kind of like the feel of 5/8 better. And I thought the spool that I had was 3/4, not 5/8, but it's turned out to be 5/8. So just re-ran those, and hopefully we can finish up. 1/2 inch is perfectly fine for the head sails because it's not that much. You're not hauling up heavy gear on it.
Bye. Staysail going up.
Okay, make sure you don't stand right under me.
Okay.
Don't want to kill you with the falling block.
I don't want to die. Template after template, we have to keep feeding this guy plywood.
All right. Pretty darn straight.
It's been so awesome brainstorming with Noah, analyzing a space and getting crafty with it. That's how this angled bookshelf came to be, and this little bird door drawer transformed dead space over the gusset of the frame into usable and adorable storage.
First try here. I'm not 100% sure it will go in here. Not that way. Put it in and then put this cleat on. So we were at 30 inches to the tabletop. which is just 3/4 above that.
Oh, okay.
So this would be the table. We talked about putting lip around the outside. So we also talked about putting wood eventually on top of the plywood. So if that's going to be like 1/4 or 3/8 of an inch thick, then the lip needs to be higher. Wait, do we decide that the lip was going to be sticking up?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So finished table, how high do you want that lip to be?
Maybe something like that, and then, you know, round it over, of course.
So then the rod will run, I guess. All right, so the table is here.
And the
Cute
rod.
little table.
I know.
I was imagining it bigger, but you know.
We're just gonna share some Tic
You
Tacs.
left it up to us. You said we could do it. So this is what you get.
It was for tea parties.
You also said time was of the essence.
True, true.
We talk further about the actual table, design and concept, but that's all up next. Garrett completes a solo project through bulwark, cleat, chalk things. And Noah teaches me a thing or two.
How you're applying pressure and what, you know, 'cause
And we get the table in place. Like the second time I've almost fallen in this hole. Where's the hatch? There it is.
it seems like twice the number of times it takes to get the hatch put back on.
Exactly. We have to what?
Drill more holes.
Take 5,000.
Drill more holes in things.
Do it again.
Shut up. We have to drill more holes in things.
Really thick paper you got there.
This is like minimally processed paper.
Yeah.
Want to push it? Come on, squirrel.
Are you holding it?
No, not at all.
Did you see the thing a few weeks ago? Somebody sat down and a bear bit them from below
What?
in an outhouse.
In an outhouse?
Yeah.
What? What?
Did you get the danglies?
It was a woman.
Oh, okay.